Hello everyone, I am Crawlers and this is some more good news from DICE as the God Patch is coming closer and closer and those changes are coming to the vanilla game. Now, most of these changes or tweaks come from the CTE as you know. Actually, some of you may not since the CTE is only accessible to premium players. So I already did a video a couple of days ago on some God patch changes we can expect in this September patch, but that video ran a little long, so I didn't get to everything that I'd like to have. Here is some more goodies. Obviously not all, but some of the beefier, more noteworthy news coming out of the woodwork. The first topic that will really interest a lot of people is squad spawn system that is somewhat reworked. It acts quite a bit like Medal of Honor Low Fighter. Now, if anyone's played that before, oh, who am I kidding? Of course, no one did. So the problem in Battlefield 4 has always been that people spawn on their squad mates in the middle of a firefight and usually get dead sharpishly. Um, I believe, unlike Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 has no spawn protection, so this only worsens the problem, in my opinion. There has been a bit of a way to warn you against spawning in on your squad mate in the middle of a firefight, as there is this flashing red warning light now that appears in the spawn screen. But honestly, no one pays attention to that, and they want to spawn in on their squad mates anyway. And when they do, they get torn to shreds because, again, no spawn protection, so they don't even have time to look around and get their bearings before getting shot and, realizing where they are. So, the new system, or should I say the old recycled system in Battlefield 4, will make it impossible to spawn on a squad mate if he is being suppressed. So, this is actually a good bit of news because for all us mortals, because we used to spawn die all the time by, not realizing where we are spawning. Like me, for example, I used to do it all the time, and I still do. And now you won't be able to do that, as DICE just plain took out that ability. And that's good, I think, as I myself have come up with some intricate and inventive swearing spawning on people and, just insta-dying. And, you know, uh, you know what, in general, the CTE just plays a lot better than vanilla. I mean, today I played a bit of Pro Market Conquest on CTE and found that I was sort of enjoying myself for a change and, not raging so much as when I play the vanilla game. For the first time since Battlefield 4 came out nearly a year ago, I think, I am sort of confident in my shooting as I was in Battlefield 3, I have a reasonable expectation that where I'm aiming is where I'll hit and get a hit marker. And speaking of hit markers, I like the new hit markers in CTE, those X's that they have now. They seem to be a lot more responsive to every bullet hit, and I like the fact that they go more bold, they go thicker when you've killed an enemy, and so that's just another instant sort of feedback that you get from your shooting. So, very good changes overall, mostly the high frequency update, I think, and kudos to DICE LA for their work. But I trailed off a bit, and let's get back on topic here. Some more changes to be included in no particular order are a fix for the SR338 rifle, Now, you may remember that this rifle that came out in a recent DLC for Battlefield 4, I think it was Naval Strike. Correct me if I'm wrong about that. And well, that it's a rifle that no one really liked and no one really knew what to do with right out of the box, because it was pretty obvious that its stats were terrible. And if you missed that, I actually have a video review on the SR338 that I did when it first came out. Basically, you see, its problem is that it's got a terrible damage model, a horrible per shot spread increase, and while it's semi-automatic like a DMR, it only is available to the Recon class. What? I can almost see the question mark above your head there. Well, why is a rifle that has basically bad DMR stats with a lot less damage than a bolt action rifle and obviously behaves like a DMR is only available to the Recon class? Well, this was pretty much everyone's question at the time. I mean, it does have a good DMR like semi-auto rate of fire, but also DMR like damage and a terrible spread increase, which just sent its bullets, flying all over the place. Now, never fear, because DICE has kind of made it tolerable with this next patch. In fact, today I managed a few headshots. I managed to headshot a moving dude actually quite a distance away in a CTE server with it. And, most importantly, what DICE did was buff its terrible spread increase per shot from 0.6 to 0.1, which makes it just light years better, especially at follow-up shots. Also, if you use a bipod, which is its only accessory in that slot, you will decrease it even further, making it an actual choice for campers now. Now, I don't believe its rate of fire was buffed any in CTE. I think it remains 150 rounds per minute, which is frankly enough. Its minimum damage drop-off distance has also been moved a tiny bit to begin at 15 meters. I mean, its maximum damage drop-off distance has been moved to 15 meters as opposed to 12.5 meters that it is right now. And its muzzle velocity got a buff from 500 to 600 meters a second. A lot of other changes also have been made to weapons. In fact, nearly all weapons have been retweaked. For example, the max damage nerf by 1 that has everyone had their panties in a twist about has come to affect any weapon with starting damage over 24. So everything then has been rolled back to 1. Yes, regrettably that includes the A as well. Also, seeing as that might lead to distancing issues, the minimum damage drop-off distance from the ACE 52 CQB and the Bulldog has been increased by 5 meters. Some spread increases have also been fixed that were previously incorrect, and suppressed muzzle velocities have seen a nice buff. In fact, suppressed muzzle velocities were buffed to all weapons but the Bulldog. And I won't list them all here, but suffice it to say that it's about 50 meters per second for every weapon. It's not an end-all uber increase, but it just might make a difference. And as I was running with the 895 today, suppressed 895 on Pro Market, and just had oodles of fun. Also, rejoice, the slugs now fire at a brisk 380 meters a second, which is an 80 meters a second increase. Some other small sniper rifle rate of fire and muzzle velocity tweaks and Well, let me get back to the suppressed muzzle velocities here a second. All ARs have seen a 20, 30, even 40 meters a second buff to their suppressed muzzle velocities, except the Scar H, which was actually nerfed by 10 meters a second, and the AEK, which only gained 10 meters per second. Most carbines saw a buff of 30 to 40 meters a second to their suppressed muzzle velocities, and PDWs saw ranging buffs to their suppressed muzzle velocities, all of them aimed at putting the stats close to or above 300 meters a second. Most LMGs saw a 20 meters a second buff to their suppressed muzzle velocities, and DMRs saw different buffs, most of them 50 to 60 meters a second. Most sniper rifles saw their suppressed muzzle velocities buffed by 20 to 30 meters a second, except the JNG-90, which was buffed by a staggering 60 meters a second. Suppressed pistol muzzle velocities also saw a good kick in the spare ribs. Other delicious changes include more points for the transport chopper pilot, who actually does his job to get people where they're going, instead of, cowardly jumping out of at first lock beep, leaving everyone to plow into the ground at high speed. Hopefully it helps some people, gives them an incentive, at least a reason to try and fly well. I've also heard that the shield carrier will now be getting a points bonus for protecting his teammates that are around him, but not sure if that will make it into this particular patch. Maybe some of you can explain that situation to me a little bit better. I've already talked about the HUD declutter, most notably the attack jet and the helicopter HUD, which now, besides being decluttered, is also a very day glow and stands out on top of the background pretty well. So yeah, that was my video. Thanks for watching it all the way through. Bonus points for watching the outro and clicking on one of the videos. So thanks for watching. Please rate and share this video, that helps my channel grow. Check out my other videos at the end of this one. And remember, in Soviet Russia, YouTube subscribes you.